Constitutional expert David Starkey insisted the Supreme Court's decision to rule against Boris Johnson was based on political motivations which will change the way we do politics in years to come. David Starkey insisted the speech Lady Hale delivered ahead of the ruling appeared closer to one given at hustings rather than a judicial debate. The Supreme Court on Tuesday found Boris Johnson misled the Queen when offering advice to the monarch to secure permission for the prorogation of Parliament until mid-October in the run-up to Brexit. Speaking to LBC, Dr. Starkey said, "Not only did the language of the judgment verge on the political, but it wasn't verging. It was political. It is not for judges to rule on political truthfulness. We've already had a case thrown out that tried to reverse the result of the referendum on the claims of the Leavers, that the £350 million a week for the NHS were wrong. The judges said then, sensibly, sorry, political tactics are political tactics. It is not for the law to intervene on." Similarly, if you actually listen to the interventions at the Supreme Court, particularly one of the Scottish Council, it was bizarre. It wasn't a legal speech. It was a speech at hustings. Dr. Starkey also insisted the British government should not have defended the decision to shut down Parliament with a transparently false reason, as he warned the Supreme Court ruling will change the way we are governed. He continued, "The government was completely stupid to give a transparently false reason. I think Johnson has got much too much of a record of loose language, to put it as mildly as possible, and this just reinforces it. The fact the judges thought we'll slap them down. That is not judicial behavior. This changes the way we are governed. This changes the way we do politics. This changes the way in which we thought of ourselves as the English Constitution is held up for admiration." Dr. Starkey added, "The events since the referendum have broken the English Constitution. They have broken it, shattered in pieces like a noble statue which has been pushed over and deliberately broken. It is an act of utter vandalism, and once it's broken, I don't think it can be put back together again. The last time we were in territory like this, it was settled by civil war, following the Supreme Court ruling, which voided the prorogation and found Parliament had never been shut down." Speaker John Bercow reconvened MPs to Westminster on Wednesday to resume the parliamentary session. Boris Johnson headed back to London from the UN General Assembly 12 hours in advance to deliver a speech in the Commons and address the unanimous decision of the 11 Supreme Court judges. The Prime Minister lamented the intervention of the highest court in the land at a time of great national controversy due to Brexit. Mr. Johnson said that while he meant absolutely no disrespect to the judiciary to say I thought the court was wrong to issue a ruling on a political question at a time of great national controversy. Addressing MPs in the Commons, Boris Johnson said, "The people at home know that this Parliament will keep delaying. It will keep sabotaging the negotiations because they don't want a deal. The truth is that members opposite are living in a fantasy world. That somehow they are going to cancel the first referendum and they are going to legislate for a second referendum, and Parliament will promise that this time it really will respect that vote.